All right. So it's so good to have all of us joining in this afternoon. We trust it's been an amazing week for us. My name is Nnamdi Richards, and I work with MKB Consulting, who's the Google for Education partner for West Africa. And it's utmost delight to have you in this session. It's going to be a really brief session, just about 55 minutes, and but it promises to be a really very impactful one. Brief, but really very impactful. Today we'll be going through an amazing new program that Google is bringing up, and we'll be walking you through each one of the parts you need to be aware of as you prepare for it. All right, so we'll be looking at teaching and learning with the Google Workspace. Google has launched a 60-day trial program of the Education Plus plan. For those who are aware, you're currently using the Fundamentals plan, which is free to you and your school in perpetuity. But we'll be looking at another plan which has a whole lot more features, and seeing how this can help you transform your teaching and learning in a whole new light. With me today are some of my colleagues who would introduce themselves as they get to take on their own sessions. And first would have Mr. Samuel coming in with an overview of the Google Workspace for Education paid plans. And Mr. Joseph would take on after that with a demo of the teaching and learning functionality. And would have Mr. Collins wrap up the demos with a display of the Education Plus Security Center. So you're getting to see how Google takes very keen attention to providing security to every user on the platform. We'll go on to show you a step-by-step guide of the 60-day trial and what you're expected to do within the 60-day period to make the most of the platform. You won't be left on your own. We'll be here to support you. The 60-day trial guide would also show you how to go about it, ensuring that wherever your school is right now in your transformation journey, you're making the most of these resources at your disposal. We'll wrap up with a Q&A section where we'll get to attend to any other questions that you might have, and also any other business, any other concern you might want to bring to our notice. All right, so to get us started, I will be handing over at this point to my colleague, Mr. Samuel Ifrey. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Nnamdi, and welcome once more to everyone that has actually squeezed out the time to be in this webinar. Samuel is still the name. So I will just be taking you on the overview of the Google Workspace for Education paid plans. And I'm pretty sure that many of you are conversant with the environment for the fundamentals. But as you can see on the screen, there are other editions of the Google Workspace for Education. So let me just briefly show you more about what you tend to achieve on the paid plans. Okay, on my screen, you will notice that in the teaching and learning plan, we have a space for larger audience. Yeah, you get larger audience and improved Google Meet with enhanced features. And in the Google Meet, you have enhanced features like interactive Q&A. You have polls where you can ask questions and have real-time answers. You can actually vote, at the polls, and you have real-time results. You have attendance tracking, breakout rooms, where you can have different meetings and as well come back to the main call. And you also get to have live streaming from your Google Meet. And I will be showing you more of these features. And of course, Joseph will also be showing you hands-on on how to enable these features. Firstly, let's look at Google Meet. One of the features that have been added in the paid edition is what we call noise cancellation. And in this feature, it helps you to limit distractions in your video call. You can filter out background noises. So you can only enable this from a Google Meet, and so someone walking on the background or a knock from at the door or a dog barking and any other thing is going to filter all those noises and just make sure that it's just a voice that is being heard in the meeting. And you also have this upgrade where you can you connect to um, more than 100% where you have in the fundamentals. In this upgrade, you can connect, have over 250 participants, and you can live stream to up to 10,000 viewers. Yeah, up to 10,000 viewers. So in case you're having maybe an assembly or a PTA session, or you're having an inter-house sport, a party where some parents may not want to come to the physical, venue, the on-site, you can actually live stream from your Google Meet. And so remember I said up to 10,000 viewers. And the ability for teachers and administrators to add in your, this is actually default. You can restrict access based on organization unit in the admin console. So we also move on to a place where we can have the originality reports. These feature in the fundamentals, you only have 5, it's limited. You only have 5 limits for participants. But in the paid version, you have it to be unlimited. So this is to ensure authenticity in student work and inspire more critical thinking with unlimited originality report. So what you need to do is just you need to turn on originality report from an unlimited number of assignments to help students properly cite their source material and to allow teachers to streamline the grading process. Now, talking about originality reports, this feature brings the power of Google search to your student assignment and grading through classroom and assignment. So when you're assigning work, instructors have the option to enable this originality reports. It reviews student work against hundreds of billions of pages in the Google search index and tens of millions of books in Google Books. Now, after a student assignment submission, an originality report will automatically be available to instructors when grading the assignment. Take note, students using this classroom always receive 3 originality reports per assignment. So within an originality report, instructors can automatically compare student work to anything previously scanned to your private school-owned repository. Now, what we'll call copy or copy, let me use the slang, copy in our climb. Yeah, with originality report, you can as well try to see which of these students copied each other and also get to detect peer-to-peer plagiarism. When you run this originality report, you also get to review, in addition to web matches. Now, this is wonderful, and I'm sure Mr. Joseph is going to show you how to detect all of this when he's actually getting his hands on the demo. And in this paid edition, you can get more control across your domain with proactive security tools. So you need not to be scared of our data saved on Google and all of that. Now, with this paid edition, it helps you to prevent you from, security threats, analyze security incidents, and protect student and faculty data. So you get advanced security information and analytics, as well as added visibility and control over security issues affecting your domain. And one thing I love about this paid version is in the security center, you have access features like security dashboard, you have the reports, you have the security head page, security sandbox. With all of these, you can definitely have a real-time and hands-on on what is going on across your domain, who is actually having threat, maybe via spam or any other thing, or the number of mobiles that have been used across the domain. All of these are actually enabled in the security advance of your domain. And in advanced mobile, another thing you need to understand is we have what we call advanced mobile device management. Now, you use this advanced management if you want more control over access to your school data. In this mobile advanced device management, you get to manage the apps, maybe from the Android or Apple devices that are used in your domain. You also keep inventory of the devices your school owns, and you control which apps are installed in the environment. You have access to mobile reports, audit, and alerts. You also get to define rules to automate mobile devices that are used in your environment. And another thing again is you can actually move all your data in one piece. Now, within this Google Workspace Migrate, you can migrate organizations' data to Google Workspace. You can transfer users' data, email, calendars, documents, sites, and more. You can also migrate from Microsoft Outlook, enterprise servers, collaboration products, file system, or from other Gmail or Google Workspace. And I'm sure Mr. Collins will actually tear this down for you in a bit. Okay, so for more data feasibility and insight, this aspect details all these features for advanced security. For Gmail log exports, you can perform what we call deep analysis using custom queries. For those that are inclined on technical stuff, you understand what I'm talking about. You can enforce data retention policies. You can create what we call custom report and dashboard using what we call the Google Data Studio. Now, talking about classroom audit logs, you can easily pinpoint events for critical activities right from your admin console. You can investigate classroom usage such as who removed a student from a class and who archived a specific class on a specific date. You can save time for admins by allowing them to quickly get to the root of issues within classroom. This is very wonderful. My colleagues, Collins, like I said earlier on, will talk more about what we call the big query. So right about now, I'm going to hand you over to Mr. Joseph, as he's going to show you more about, talk about the Google Meet features that I just discussed. So over to you, Mr. Collins. Thank you. Mr. Joseph, rather.
Thank you very much, Sam. That was great. Okay, I'm sharing my screen right away. And I will be looking at Meet and the functionalities that you have in Meet that you can use for your school-wide events or management staff meeting and other occasions. Okay, so to start with, we navigate straight to our calendar. Right now we are in our calendar, so we need to create a fresh event. So click on Create, then click Event at the top left-hand side there. So here you have more options. Click on more options to see all the available options you have here while you're creating your event. For this is a class discussion, so I'm going to title it Plastics in Our Oceans. Plastics in Our Oceans. And this event is coming up July 8th, 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. and it will also end July 8th. Now I'm going to add the Google Meet video conferencing details from here. So I've added the Meet conferencing details. And next, I'm going to invite my students or my guests, those who will join me in a discussion. I'm inviting them right here. Okay. I'm inviting my students, one after the other. So what you do here, you invite your students one after the other with their email, or you just invite the whole class with the class group email. Okay, so these are those I'm inviting. Now, next we are going to add the live stream link. So when you come to the Meet video conferencing details right here, you have these options to the right. You have copy conference info, you have video call options, and you also have view conference details right here. So click on view conference details to expand this. And once you click on that, at the bottom here, you will see add live stream. Now, live stream is for those who will be viewing the event who are not opportune to be part of the meeting as guests. So these persons will view the event, but they can't participate as part of the event. and is for the school-wide event. So the live stream link has been added. You can just copy it from here and share it through email, through any social media platform to those who view the event. And you come up here, add your notification. We'll have the first notification 10 minutes before the event, and that's a push notification. You can also add an email notification like 30 minutes before the event. So your guests will get these notifications before the meeting. You can add any other detail you have right here. Once you are done, click on Save. You can send notifications by clicking Send. Now the meeting event has been created. So let's start the meeting and see how these functions, live stream, breakout rooms, work. Oh, sorry, we skipped one, breakout room. So let's go back to the event, click on the event, click on Edit. Okay, so right here, we'll come back here to this event we have created, the video conferencing link, click on video call options. When you click on video call options, here you can set up so many features. So the first one you have right here is host control. As the host of the meeting, these are your control. You can decide who joined this meeting or who participates in this meeting, who can share screen, who can share, send chat messages, as well as other quick access functions. Then next, you can add co-host to assist you in this meeting. So it's only those who you have invited as guests, that is where you can add co-host from. So I'm going to add 2 persons as co-hosts from my list of guests as invited guests. So I've added these 2 persons. They are going to serve as co-hosts in this meeting with me. And they have the same functions with the host. Then next we go to the breakout rooms. Here, once you click on breakout rooms, depending on the number of people you have in the breakout room, a default number of breakout room is generated for you. You have 3 breakout rooms right here, and your guests are shuffled into the different breakout rooms. You can reshuffle them by clicking on shuffle, and this will swap the different guests, or you can just drag and drop any one of them where you want them. So your students, you can put them in different breakout rooms. Now you can also name the breakout room based on the topic of discussion. So let's call this one how. Then this other one, we'll call it what. And this one, we'll call it prevent. So based on what they are discussing in each of the breakout rooms, you can use it to label the breakout rooms. Once you are done, click on Save. So save the whole event. And now let's start the event. So as the teacher, you start the Meet event by joining, and once you have joined, then your students, your guests can join you. Then you can start the live stream so that those who are viewing from their different locations can see what is happening in that particular event. So here we are. Okay, so let's start this event. Okay, plastics in our ocean class. Now, once the meeting starts, you can start the live stream. At the top here, you see start streaming, or you can come to more options here and start the live stream from here. So let's start our live stream from the top here. You click on start streaming, then click manually. You're using English language, start streaming, and you start the streaming. Now the streaming is coming up. You can see it at the top left here. The live streaming is coming up. Once it's up, it's red. Here we are. The streaming is up. And now let me copy the streaming details and share with you. You can join me in this live stream. So these are the details. Just click on the link and join to see what is happening right there. Now the next thing we need to do is recording a meeting while the meeting is on. So you see recording option right here. So click on recording, you start recording. And once the recording starts, your guests who are in the meeting will get a notification that this meeting is being recorded. And that is to seek their consent. They will have to accept and join the meeting or decline and leave the meeting. Now, The recording is on. Next, we are looking at using the pools. Now, while the class discussion is going on or the meeting is going on, you need to get feedback from your student or from your audience, maybe parents, teachers meeting or teachers management meeting. And you need to get the view from your teachers. You can use the pool to ask your audience a simple question and they will vote and you get your responses. Now, the question here in this particular pool is, are plastics useful to us? So let's go, are plastics useful to us? Okay, so I want them to respond either yes or no. So this poll is ready and I'm going to save it right here. Okay, I'll save it. After saving it, I have the option to launch it so that my guest can take this poll. So I'll launch it. The poll has been launched. So while they are voting, you get their opinion and you also use this to hold their attention while the class is on. Okay, you can create as many polls as you want while the class is going on to hold their attention. And once they are done voting, you can turn this on, show everyone the result of the poll. Once you turn this on, it means they will also see the results you get from this poll at their own end. At the end of the poll, you can decide to end the poll and delete it right there. Now, the next one is the Q&A. The Q&A is a very good feature you have in the paid version of the Google Workspace for Education. Once you turn it on, it allows your guests to ask you questions. And as you answer the questions, either by typing, they see it on their screen, or orally telling them, and they will also hear you from their end. So you just turn on the Q&A. The Q&A is on right now. And as they type questions from their end, you will see the questions from your own end right here. And you also have the opportunity to ask your own question also. And you answer them also from here. So the Q&A helps to keep your audience engaged. They ask you questions and you answer their questions. So these are some of the functions you get to use in the paid version of the Google for Education. And when do you have to use all of these? It depends on the occasion, okay? If it's management staff meeting, you can use the breakout room right here now in the management staff meeting to discuss different issues in different groups. And you come back together and the whole discussion continues. So this is the breakout room. Now we have 3 breakout rooms right here. And I'm going to put a timer to when this breakout room will close and return everybody automatically to the meeting. So this breakout room should end in 2 minutes. Okay, it's ready. And I'm going to open the breakout rooms right now. You see it here, breakout room is on and it's going to end in 2 minutes. So as the host or co-host, you have the option to join any of the breakout room from your own end right here. So I can decide to join breakout room 1. How? From here. Just click on join. I will leave the make call and join them and see what they are discussing, hear what they are discussing, and also contribute before leaving that breakout room to another breakout room. So I'm joining breakout room 1 to hear what they are discussing, what is going on right there, make contributions, and leave that particular breakout room for another breakout room. Okay, right now I'm in breakout room 1, and you can see leave right here. So I'm done with them. I will leave them alone and go to the next breakout room. I'm returning to the make call. From the make call, I will join another breakout room. So you can use it with your student to discuss different aspects of a topic that you're discussing for the week in your school. So these are some of the features, and you use them and you enjoy them. I enjoy using them with my learners, my students in my school. So now we're going out of Meet, and before we go, we have to stop the recording and we need to stop the live stream. So go back to live stream, stop live streaming. Stop streaming. The live streaming has been stopped. The next thing is to stop the recording. Click on recording, you click on stop recording. Okay, the recording has been stopped. Then the breakout rooms are still on. You can decide to close the breakout room. Okay, it has closed already because it's already 2 minutes. So the breakout room has been closed and everybody is back to the main call. As the host, you can end this call for everyone right now by clicking on end for everyone. Okay, and this will return us back to our main call. Now, we are back here now. We are back to the classroom. Now we're going to look at Originality Report. How do you use Originality Report? So I need to give my student assignment and they have to work as individuals and turn in their assignment so that I can grade the assignment. The assignment is an open assignment. So you come to your classroom, click on classwork, click on create, click on assignment. Okay, let's call this plastics. We are discussing, the topic of discussion this week is plastics in our oceans. Plastics in our oceans. Got that. In our oceans. Give them instructions, please answer all the questions. Thanks. So next, you need to attach the document that contains the question that you're giving to them. So I'm going to my drive to attach the document. So you can go to recent or you upload from your system or you can get it from your drive right away. So I'm looking for my document plastics in our oceans. Okay, this is it. Pick it up, attach it. So sharing settings, and how do I want them to work on it? The first setting we have here is students can view. This is just to view. The second one is edit. They can work together in collaboration right here, but I want them to work as individual students. So I'll make a copy for each student. Now, next you come to check plagiarism, originality. Yeah, this is where you turn on the originality check for this part, for this task. So just check it and give this a topic, environment. You can assign a due date. You want them to turn in this well. Okay, you can also put time for the due date. Now, once you are done, you are assigned to your students. So they will get this assignment in the classroom and they will have to work on it. Now let's go back. How do you grade the assignment that you have assigned to your student? So right here, let's see the assignment I have given to my student and the work that they have done on the assignment.
Sorry, Mr. Joseph.
Yeah?
Mr. Joseph.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, Mr. Joseph.
Can you hear me? Hello, Namdi.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Joseph,
hear you.
Go on, Joseph, please.
Okay, thank you. So from this assignment, you can see that 4 assignments have been graded, 5 assigned, and 1 just turned in. So let's look at the one that has been turned in. Okay, thank you. 2 minutes, please.
Yes, we can hear you. Just you need to wrap up now. The time is up.
Okay. So this assignment has been turned in, and right here in this assignment, you can see 3 flagged passages, which means my student actually copied from somewhere. Either he copied from a fellow student or copied from the internet, or copied from the school own repository. So click on Flag Passages to view the originality report for this particular student's task. So once you click on that, it will show you what the work the students have done. Yeah, this is what the students have done. And right here on the originality report, the number of counts, we have 3 passages flagged and 1 cited. So turn on this to see the passages that has been cited. And if you want to see the percentage of the work that is copied, just click on percent. So right here, you can see that 94% of the content is flagged, which means my student copied almost everything from the internet. There's no authenticity in this particular task. And 4% of the work we have here is cited. It made reference to one of the sites where I copied from. So you can see it right here at the bottom, right here. And the various places it copied from, you can go there. So you see the different places it copied from the site. You can just click to open and visit the site straight away. So from here, you can see everything your students have done, who copied from who, the site they copied from, or they copy from the school repository. You can get that. So once you are done here, you can grade the student. Let's say for copying, I'm giving this person just 10 marks, and I will leave comment for him. Please redo this assignment. Okay, so I can react by highlighting any text and using any emoji of my choice in this assignment. Okay, so he has to view all of that at his own end. I'll post my comments, then return the work to this student. So this is how the originality report works. Helps your student to put what they find on the internet down in their own words, making learning authentic to them. So at this point, I'll be handing you over to my colleague, Collins, to take you on the Security Center. Collins, over to you, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph, for that exposition. At this moment, I would like to just move straight to the admin console, and I want to believe that all our admin personnel are present in this meeting, so as we'll be able to follow through all the various things we are going to take a look at. So I'll start by sharing my screen right now. So let me just quickly confirm. Can we all see my screen now?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so I want to believe by now we are all familiar. I'm talking to the admin personnel now. We're all familiar with this dashboard. So you can see admin.google.com. So specifically, I'll be looking at the Security Center. That is this right here. And under the Security Center, I'll take a look at the dashboard, investigation tool, and then one other item that is called the Security Health Check. So I'll start off with the dashboard. So the dashboard actually gives you a quick overview. You can see here, all you see on this dashboard are just various chart representation of the various items you have on your dashboard. You can see here, this one talks about all the representation of external files that are shared within this domain. So this is a panel showing that this panel shows you the authentication reports of all the messages in this domain. Some are authenticated, that is, some are actually authenticated, some are not. So if you want to view more on these various panels, you can just click on this view report. So let me go with the file sharing, external file sharing. So here, what you see here are just the various metrics across anyone in the domain. This is about 466 files that have been shared by anyone in the domain. These ones are internal. So we're talking about anyone in the domain, we're talking about files that are accessible to anyone in the domain. So assume you have a file that you want to share to your colleagues, and then this colleague of yours is actually from another school. So if that file has been shared with someone not in your school, it's going to be registered here. And then for internal, this one is talking about files that are shared only with specific people in your domain. So I want to share a file with the principal of the school or the IT admin. So it will be registered here. So for private, this one is talking about files not shared. At some point, these files actually have been shared, but unshared. So it's be registered there. Then here is for anyone with the link, both people in your domain and people outside your domain. Here, this one registered files that are shared with at least one user outside your domain. So you can see that you get to see the insight here. And of course, this date range can always be played around with to see the results for today, yesterday, this week. You can specifically choose different dates from here and then go ahead to apply. Let me just take for last month. Go ahead to apply. So you can see that we have here the highest number of file shares for private, which is about 30,907 files shared as private. So that is what we have. You go down here, you go to see the various files that were shared across these various domains here. You can just click on any of them to get to see the file actually that have been shared. It's trying to open right now. So that's the file right here. So if you also scroll to your right, okay, you scroll up, you see the owners here. These are the various email addresses in these shares after the files were shared to. So now let me go back to my dashboard. This dashboard also gives you an opportunity to customize, assuming that some few panels you wouldn't need on this dashboard. You can just close them and they will all come in here. At any point in time you feel you will need them, you come to your widget and then click on this plus button to add, to include it back on your dashboard. So that's actually basically what you see here on this dashboard for security. You can see so many panels here, but due to time, we might not have the time to really go through each and every one of them. Away from the dashboard, I'll look at the investigation tool. So the investigation tool basically just helps you identify and take action on some of the security and privacy concerns you have in your domain. So I'll quickly log into this account again. So the investigation tool you have here. So what you see here is the chance for you to choose the various data sources. All of these lists here are all stemmed from this admin console. These are the various areas where information has been pulled out from in the admin console. So for example, you want to take a look at the various device activities in the admin console. That will take you to your device log event. So when you come here, you can go and filter if you have any specific device you want to look at, maybe the device model you want to take a look at. iOS, for example, you can apply and then click what? Search. So no results for this particular device model. You can change your filter to meet with any particular search you expect to see at the end of the day. So assuming I don't want to use any of these filters, I'll just go ahead and click on search so I can have an overview of what my data looks like. Or it should help you better know what to look for. So you can see now, can see what I have at the moment here. I'm seeing the device IDs, event descriptions. So there are a lot of information you can actually find here on this device. So taking a look at This, you can see the various versions here. So for any of these devices, see all the information we have here. You can go to the condition builder. This one helps you to add one or two more queries to help you filter this down to a more sizable result that you would want to see. So you can also take a look at the meet log. In our organization, we always have a lot of meetings going on. Meet log events. So let me take this. This one, we'll find this one very, very useful. So assuming you had a meeting with your teachers and you want to really find out who attended this meeting and at one point did they attend this meeting, you're going to see a lot of information on that when it comes to your meet log. So if you come here now, you see all the various persons who have attended this meeting at these various days. So if there's any particular date you have in mind you want to streamline this to, you can actually come to your filter and take date. Let me use this. To streamline this, you can search this. So if there's any meeting that held within this date range, it's going to appear here. And you're also going to see the participants here. You can see the actual names, all the various participants that attended within that period. And the one good thing here is that you can also get to see their location, that is the city where the participant joined in from, and also the country, interestingly. So this is actually a very good information or data to really look at if you really want to get a better idea of your meetings within this domain. So another thing you also want to take or check out to be your Gmail log event. So I can go on and on because there are a whole lot of other data sources that we have within this admin console. So it all depends on your need or what exactly that you are looking for. So you would have before now ask yourself questions. What do I want to find out? Because remember from the main admin investigation to what am I looking into? What do I want to search for? What do I want to find out? So it will help you to better know what to do when you get here, the kind of data sources that you need to pick up from, and the filter you will need to use, and also the condition builders that will help you to compile as many queries as you would want. So that is that for the investigation tool. And away from the investigation tool, I want to quickly take us through the security health check. So here you have the security health check under your security center. Remember, after the dashboard and investigation tool, what you have here is your security health check. Now, somebody wants to ask, what is this security health check? It's basically a check with list of settings, but here is going to tell you the settings that are properly set. I know the admin personnel will be very interested in this area because sometimes you get to a position where you're like, what is it I have done right in this admin console? What do I need to do? What else do we need to take a look at? What is it that you have not done properly? You don't need to think too much about it. All you need to do is just come to your security health page and take a look at the right hand corner of this page. You see that there are some settings that have a green tick on it, just a green icon that you can see here. These ones are grayed out. So these ones that are green with a tick shows that the settings that we have on this particular account is properly done. The setting on the calendar share policy is properly done. Then if you look at this, so many other ones here, these ones have one security issue or the other. And if you want to go further to try and find out exactly what is not done properly in this place, taking for example now this automatic email forwarding. If you click here on this gray part, you see the recommendation. We are being told there that disable the automatic forwarding option to reduce your risk of data exfiltration through email forwarding, which is common technique employed by attackers. So you are supposed to disable the automatic forwarding option at this point. So what do we do now to correct this? You just come here on the settings, you can see it's clickable. When you click on it, the place where you will need to enter or set the right settings for this particular account. Let me just log in. So whenever you get tired of entering your password, whenever you are working in the admin console, this is just for security reasons, okay? So here we are asked to make sure our automatic forwarding is turned off. So you uncheck this and click what? Save. So if you go back and refresh this page, now let's take a look and see what this will turn into. If there's any more reports on that, we'll find out. So I'm refreshing the security health check now. Specifically, I want to look at the automatic email forwarding that I've just adjusted. Let's see if that has been taken. Yes, so that has been taken. Consider this has been done properly. So you can also move over to another one. Just pick anyone you want. Google will guide you through what you need to do. You can take this one if you want. This one is a comprehensive mail storage. So what this one does basically is to store all your messages deleted by whoever who has deleted them and keep them for a period of time. So where we are encouraged or recommended to turn on the comprehensive mail storage setting if you have a non-Gmail system that uses these services to route messages and all that. So you can go click on it. So this is your comprehensive mail storage that we're talking about here. Check this, save it. That is being saved now. So let's go back and see if this has been affected. So Google gives you recommendations, tells you what to do, and you just do it. So it's as simple as that. You don't even need to stress yourself, where do I go to do this, where do I go to do that? So now if you come down here, you'll find out that this also has been done. And there are other settings here that do not have anything to them. And you can continue to do this for as many settings as you want. So away from this now, I want to go to the reporting. Now on the reporting, I actually want to take us through the BigQuery export. Basically what I want to do here is what will enable our school management to be able to put all the data we can gather from this admin console and create beautiful insights like this. Insight like this. This is actually a dashboard that was built with Data Studio. This is another one again that can be built that is built with Data Studio. So you need a Data Studio account, you need a BigQuery account. This is a BigQuery account for this particular account. And then on your admin console, all you need to do is to come to your BigQuery export and then enable this. Your BigQuery export needs to be enabled because it's from this admin console that all data will be moved to your BigQuery for further analysis, after which you can then move them to this place to begin to create all these various dashboards. You can see what I have here is the dashboard for the classroom activities for this particular institution. For this overview, for the teachers, here you get to see the number of activities for all the teachers, assignment published. You can actually narrow this down to a particular teacher. Maybe you want to actually see what a particular teacher has been doing. Collins. Can see nothing for this particular teacher, no activity, everything is returning 0. So, and again, you can decide to choose a different breadth range. The minus here is subtracting the 2 from the current date to give you this. And then you can actually just play around with all that we have here and to give you some beautiful insight here in your Data Studio. So once this is turned on, like I was saying, you turn this on from here. And then there's a project ID that will be generated when you create a project here in your BigQuery. That is what you put here. give this data set a name, and then you click what?
Collins, can you please explain that classroom thing better and leave this BigQuery bit alone, please?
Okay, all right. So still on the classroom activity report, I've talked about for the teachers. For the students, we want to take a look at all what the students actually have been doing and how they will be participating in the classroom. You see all the various students all listed here. What assignment turned in, and here I can actually tone this down to a particular student if I wish to, so that we not really activity going on here, as you can see, obviously see here. So for classes, we want to take a look at what my teachers have been doing, what each and every one of them have been doing in terms of their classes. Assuming I'm taking year 2, for example, now, we want to take a look at what year 2 students have been up to. See, oh, about 3 assignments have been posted from 30th of January up to this day. That is very, very low if you ask me. So for all the teacher activities, about 14. Okay, I'm most likely going to call attention of this year 2 teacher and then ask some few questions on that. Now, there's so many classrooms there we have here that will already be created in your Google Classroom for this particular domain. But here is the summary of all. Teachers have joined the classes, there are just 5. And all the activities of these teachers is just 57. So if you're talking about the activities here, the activities is referring to all publishing of classroom content, returning assignment, and public and private comments. That's what this cumulates to. So basically, this is actually a very important insight for many school administrators to actually have, and it's very easy to create this dashboard where you have this properly set up. When you have this properly set up, and also have your data set brought into your BigQuery, then this will be very possible for you to generate. So I'm sure we'll have more time to really go into all of these things in more details to show us how this can be done and all. And again, I want to take a look at Cloud Search. This is actually a new tool.
Collins, we have to move on now because Joseph still has to present. Please.
All right. So I believe we are going to see more, to talk more on these big queries and the data student and all. So at this point, I want to quickly hand you over to Mr. Joseph so as to continue with the webinar. Thank you very much once again for joining me in today's session. Mr. Joseph, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Collins, for that exposition. Now, that was just an intro. The main one will come once your 60-day trial starts. We'll guide you through one by one. Now, here we're looking at the 60-day trial document. This is a guide that will guide you through the 60-day trial as it is turned on for you to be able to use all the features in the paid version. This 60-day trial is divided into 8 weeks. For each week, see what we do. For week one is focused on the IT admin. Here we'll be looking at how to locate the licenses, but MKB in this case is going to give you the license for the 60 days, and that will be done for MKB by MKB, and you will be carried along as we do that. Now for week 2, we come to IT also. We'll focus on IT, the security center. This time, your IT admin staff will know how to use the security center, such as the security dashboard that Collins just went through, the security health page, the security investigation tool, and the various data regions where you can store your data online. This document is a guide. All of these links, any of the link you click on, will take you through the step-by-step process of how that can be done and the meaning of everything. So as we proceed in week 2, we're going to look at this and guide you also. Coming to week 3, this time we're looking at your teachers. How will they be able to use the breakout room, the features who have the Google Meet during online classes or meetings or school-wide occasions? So breakout room will be looked at. Larger meetings, recording, live streaming will also be looked at. And this is a guide for you to follow. You will be given a copy of this document and you can walk through also yourself. Coming to week 4, we have authentic student work. How do you authenticate your student work? Just like the Originality Report we just looked at. So educators will get the opportunity to see how the Originality Report works, to check where your student copied from and help them to make their work authentic. Then coming to week 5, this time we'll go back to the IT admin. We'll be looking at BigQuery, just like you saw colleagues going in there. That was just a tip of the iceberg he gave to you there. So here you have the link to set up everything you need to do in BigQuery to generate reports for the different stakeholders of your school, like parents, management, and school owners in BigQuery. Now, coming to week 6, we'll be looking at also class search, which is for both IT and the teachers. How do you use class search in your Google domain environment by teachers and students? Then we have week 7, device management, how to manage the different devices you have in the environment. And lastly, week 8, we'll review everything that we have done and the benefits, your questions, your concerns. You have to put them down and forward them to Google or handle them with you. So this is a working document. It will be given to you and we'll work together on this. You can even go through it before the 60-day trial starts with your school. So at this point, I'm handing you over to Nnamdi to conclude this session. Nnamdi, please.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Joseph, and thank you to every single one who has presented. At this moment, I would have us take the Q&A section. So if you have any questions, I can't see any yet in the chat box. You could just click on the raise hand button and you could share with us, and my colleagues would get to attend to your questions. Alternatively, if you don't have one at this moment, you can always send them back to us at any point via email. I will share the email link with you and we will provide clarification on it, on any part of this presentation today that you need clarifications on.
Okay, let me just check. Thanks very much, Nnamdi. And thanks very much, Collins and Joseph and Sam as well. Excellent presentation, guys. So for the people who are in the audience, so from what I understand, schools in Nigeria will go on vacation in the next 2 weeks. So the question, of course, is when would you guys like to start this 60-day trial? So the thing about Google is once you finish the 60-day trial, you don't need to pay anything. I mean, you're not going to be automatically put on any to be asked to pay for anything to start the real version of this system. So basically, once 60 days is over, you are going to be switched off from the trial, and then you have to make a request that you actually want to subscribe to the paid version. So you don't need to subscribe after the 60 days. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine. Google is fine with that. But if you want to subscribe, then you have to make a request for that, and then we'll switch you guys on to the real versions of the system. So the question, of course, is would you guys want to start this immediately, or would you prefer to come back after the long vacation to start it? Because once you start it, you're going to go through the schedule, the 60-day schedule, and every week we're going to be working with you to make sure that you actually get the best out of the system. Okay, Chinwe, go ahead. Chinwe, go ahead. Chinwe, go ahead, please. Chinwe, do you have a question or not?
I think we can't hear what she's saying. We have a green.
Did somebody else ask?
Dr. Master, please go on.
Please, you can go off mute if you want to speak, please.
Okay, good day. Thanks a lot. Good afternoon. Can you hear me,
Yeah.
please?
Yes, please, we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yes, thanks. Wonderful presentation. So, concerning the 60-day trial,
Yes.
I was thinking, where I am, I may want to have more like I may want us to start off next term. That's after
Okay.
the long vacation.
Okay.
Probably also try to sort out populate the database of each class, and then have a little training with the teachers as to how to go about the facilities we can enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
as we go
So
on.
that's a good point. So please, everyone, please note that what we've just given you is just an overview. When you are ready
Okay.
to start, when you are ready to start, we're actually going to give you very, very good training and really handhold you to make sure your teachers will be trained properly to make sure they understand what they need to do. So we use a 60-day trial guide to guide your teachers and everyone and make sure that they're properly trained to do this.
Okay, so that means that what you're suggesting is that when we want to kick off, probably by next term, you would have a guide, more like what you just showed us.
Yes.
It will be like a hands-on approach where you guide us, we
Yep.
work and things like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's fine. That's excellent. Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay. Thanks.
So is there going to be a particular so I get to tell my boss, is there going to be a particular fee attached for the training, or
No,
it's,
nothing. No
okay,
fees,
it's free.
nothing. No.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, I've seen after the break. So I will assume it looks like everyone really, which is what I actually thought before the meeting, that people would prefer to start after the long vacation rather than now. So which makes a lot of sense to me. So what we'll do then is we will keep in touch with you, and just before you come back in, we'll make sure we organize a proper training session for your schools.
Okay.
Yes. Hello.
Hi, Kate. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine.
Nnamdi,
I'm actually.
All right.
there's a question in the message.
Yes, that'll be attended to just now. Okay.
So on the cost after the trial, the teaching and learning upgrade. So there are two versions. Teaching and learning upgrade is $4 per teacher. So that's teaching and learning upgrade, which is the Meet Q&A and polls, is really meant for teachers and not for students. Whereas the other one, which is the Education Plus, is really meant for the old school, and that is supposed to be $3 per student. But then if you have, for every 4 students, a teacher to be free for a teacher. But I think we shouldn't get stuck on the cost right now. I think for you guys to take a look at it first. And once you finish the 60-day trial, don't let the cost stop you from looking at it. So the other thing is this. So many of you are already on fundamentals. What Google is doing now is they are changing their business model. So all the new functionality that's going to be coming into the Google environment is only going to go, most of it will go into the paid version, and the fundamentals will not really have too many increased functionality. Yeah, so you also need to bear that in mind. But I wouldn't want you to get stuck on the subscription fees right now. Start the trial. At the end of the trial, we can then discuss, and I think that will be better. Yep. And the trial doesn't cost you anything, so I mean, you don't need to worry about cost right now.
That's fine.
Okay, I have to jump to another meeting, please. So thanks very much, everyone, and bye-bye.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so to every other person on the call, thank you very much for your questions. If for any reason you have any other question, please feel free to share with us. We would attend to that. So this for any other business
Recording,
concerning.
please.
Yes, we're not done, sir. Thank you, sir. So any other business you might have, any other concern with your use of the platform? Okay. All right.